headlines this morning. Governor Soludo reinstates resolve to restore the past glory of commercial city of Onitsha. New tire dealers Mpo cries out to government over activities of youths in the area. Federal government commences aggressive food production project in Plateau State. The foreign scene, European Union proposes ban on importation of Russian oil. Well, before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning to you and welcome to the news. I am Ebere Ugonna. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has reassured residents of the state that his administration would sustain efforts to effectively secure the state. The governor was speaking at a town hall meeting with traditional rulers, president generals, women president generals, and community youth leaders in Awka. Government House correspondent A.G. Kebana reports.
The event was held at the Professor Dora Akunyele Women's Development Center, Awka, where the governor pointed out that the state government was pressing ahead with its vision of making the state the safest, most secure and prosperous commercial center. Governor Soludo said that his administration is working on reorganizing the vigilante for intelligence gathering to tackle the culture of silence, thereby giving more impetus for community participation, and would remain resolute in its quest to enhance peace and security with the support and partnership of people of the state, especially community leaders. He noted that Onitsha has remained the largest commercial city in Nigeria, but regretted that it is becoming a shadow of its old self, adding that Onitsha must be resurrected for him to restore Anambra State, so that shopping and doing business in Onitsha and the state will become a pleasurable experience once again. According to him, his administration was committed to programs, policies and projects targeted at socio-economic development, creation of job opportunities, prosperity, and the sustenance of hope in the hearts and lives of people in the state. Governor Soludo, who called for support to collectively tackle restiveness and social vices, assured the residents that his government will continue to foster engagements with the various security agencies in the state and urged them to work together to dislodge criminal elements from the state. According to the governor, implementation of his vision for the state has already commenced from Onitsha, which will eventually cascade to various communities in the state, pledging that the system of local government and town union administration will change under his watch.
To strengthen our communities, we also need to have the relationship between the executive and the traditional institutions to work in tandem. And we need a legal framework to get this to work. We are revising that, and we will need inputs from the executive and the traditional institutions.
Making a presentation and sharing before and after pictures of various dump sites which hitherto blocked access roads, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, restated the vision of the present administration on environment, but regretted that Anambra hardly make use of the various waste disposal bins. The Deputy Governor revealed that since they embarked on the cleanup exercise, starting from Onitsha, they have tackled more than 60 refuse dumps, as well as evacuated waste from 20 dump sites in Awka and environs, and called for concerted efforts by all, noting that the intervention committee set up by the governor was given 3 months to deliver on the mandate, within which they are expected to put structure in place that will ensure that the waste evacuation is a daily routine, evolve ways to convert waste to wealth as a means of employment, and disclosed that investors are already expressing interest in that regard.
These are going on more than 60 places. If I feel everything fine now, go on Maranga Fahamine. But I get what only simple, see all this when on the Shawan, on the women, or Kana, on the North, on the South, people who go there. I go here, never on the bottom side, on the way roads and the Ngwele Maka. Manake, Ngo Kaneju, or Simba.
Earlier, the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters, Mr. Collins Wabunwanne, stated that the engagement will be periodic and urged stakeholders to help secure government facilities in their locations. Also speaking, the Commissioner for Homeland Affairs, Mr. Chikodi Anara, asked people with useful information to forward them through provided phone numbers, stating that the primary function of vigilante is to gather information, urging communities to begin to reorganize their vigilantes and forward fresh lists to government. Also speaking, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Security, retired Air Vice Marshal Ben Chiobi, stated that the mission is to take back Anambra, calling people to provide useful information to security agencies. Some of the participants, including Ohaneze Ndigbo State President Chief Emeka Udodeme, Asatu National Chairman Barrister Titus Akbudo, and President General of Enugu Town Union, Comrade Boni Ozonkwako, among others, suggested training for Presidents General, dissolution of many caretaker unions in various communities, setting up of an agency or unit where names of violence perpetrators can be easily sent by anonymous people, assuring of support to the governor's vision. From Professor Dora Akunyili Women's Development Center, Oka, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Anambra State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, says the ministry is committed to providing quality programs and policies that will improve the health status of Anambra. The commissioner disclosed this when he paid a courtesy visit to the acting managing director of Anambra Broadcasting Service, Mr. Geb Opalezenoka. Emmanuel Chibata tells us more.
Dr. Obidike thanked ABS for partnering with the ministry in all its programs so far, calling for its sustenance. Dr. Afam Obidike outlined some health packages that will come on board soonest, including Soludo Health Solution Program and Basic Life Support Training, which would assist the people of the state to have proper health information that would better their lives. He disclosed that the ministry will take the program to churches, banks, schools and other areas to ensure that people are trained on basic life support as health experts are on ground to carry out the training.
We just visited the ABS director this morning to discuss on ways we could partner with them in order to ensure that the health information, the appropriate and the right health information, we get to our people and on time, because we are more interested in passing information that will help our people live a better and quality life, and preventive, helping them to prevent any diseases, because we are more interested in preventing illness in the state. So we're having a package we're coming about. We'll call it Soludo Health Solution. It's going to come up soon. We'll be having what we call the Know Your Number, Soludo Health Solution, Know Your Number. We are bringing it upon where the citizens of Anambra State or people residing in the state could go to any primary health care centers and on our general hospitals and do their sugar test and blood pressure checked there. So that's one of the things we are coming up so that it's going to help our people to know what they expect, to know what their numbers are. Also, besides that, we want to be appearing on the radio set, on the TV set every week, or at least once in a week, to have a health talks with our people.
Responding, Mr. Opaleze thanked the Commissioner for placing high premium on health, which he said is one of the blueprints of Governor Chukwuma Soludo. Stating that health is #1 priority of any responsible government, Mr. Opaleze said that the program will help the people return back to normalcy following the problems of harsh economy and insecurity which have resulted to psychological and sociological maladies. Mr. Opaleze restated the resolve of the establishment to serve the people through government policies and programs in line with the cardinal projects and policies of Governor Soludo. He assured the Commissioner of continuous partnership with the ministry.
We are here to also serve the society. We help to pass on health information, messages that will lead people to find a cure to some of their, or find solution to some of their ailments. Because some of these things are as a result of ignorance, as a result of not having enough information. Some of them we are already doing on our own, but now you are bringing in new innovation. We're also happy. We welcome the idea of the Soludo Health Solution. We like to synergize.
Emmanuel Shibata, ABS News.
Chief Judge of Anambra State and presidential aspirant in the 2023 general elections under the All Progressives Grand Alliance ABGA, Professor Peter Umadi has informed the state chapter of Ohanaeze Ndigbo of his aspiration. Speaking to the state leadership of Ohanaeze in Awka, Professor Umadi said he has completed all processes and is now qualified to participate in the ABGA presidential primaries next month. Paul Ezoke has details.
Professor Umadi, who was accompanied to the visit by ABGA local government chairman, pledged that if elected, he would reconcile Nigerians to rebuild a united country to achieve economic, educational, scientific, sporting, and sufficiency breakthrough. He lamented that Nigerians are traumatized on daily basis for wanton killings, displacements, disorganizations of business, and social life with attendant difficulties, assuring that he has initiative and capacity to reposition Nigeria in 4 years if elected president, and is best equipped for presidency with triple banner of rule of law, separation of power, and due process. Professor Umadi explained that his presidential bid was predicated on popular votes in free and fair election and urged Ohanaeze Ndigbo to engage in mass voter education to ensure that eligible voters register and obtain permanent voters' cards as well as vote on election day.
If I get the ticket of ABGA, then we stand a good chance to win the presidential election in 2023. If I win the presidential election in 2023, I pledge to administer the Federal Republic of Nigeria with firmness and fairness and reposition our country to the path of progress, harmony, and prosperity.
In his remarks, the Vice President Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide, Chief Damian Okeke-Ogene, noted that Ndi Anambra have remained consistent in supporting ABGA, while Ohanaeze Ndigbo has remained in forefront in championing the Igbo agenda, noting that with support of Ndigbo across the country, presidential candidate of Igbo extraction could easily win the coming election without belonging to mega political party and change the narrative in the country. Responding, the state president of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Prince Emeka Udedeme, said the emergence of Professor Umadi as ABGA presidential aspirant was in line with what Ohanaeze Ndigbo is clamoring for, that Ndigbo should produce the next president of Nigeria for fairness, justice and equity, noting that he is comprehensively qualified for the position and has the dynamism to make the desired change. He assured that Ohanaeze Ndigbo will give him all necessary support to achieve his aspiration and will encourage the electorate to give him massive support to attain the set goals, restating that Ohanaeze Ndigbo is not relenting in the drive to ensure that other geopolitical zones back Ndigbo to produce the next president.
I think it's a right step in the right direction because that has been what Ohanaeze has been clamoring for, that an Igbo man should be the president of Nigeria come 2023 for fairness, justice and equity. And I still believe that it is the turn of Ndigbo to produce the next president of this country.
In their separate speeches, an ABGA governorship aspirant in the last Anambra gubernatorial election, Barrister Damian Okolo, and ABGA chairman in Anyamelu local government area, Chief Linus Onyenwe, noted that Professor Umadi has the integrity, education, knowledge, and experience to pilot affairs of the country, and recalled that he distinguished himself as a lawyer, a judge, and a chief judge. In Awka, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
500 individuals from Anocha local government area have benefited from the second phase of the 15th edition of free medical and surgical outreach of Ferdinand Dozie Nwankwo Foundation. The medical outreach, which took place at Adazieno and Agolo Town Hall respectively, attracted men, women, youths and children from within and outside the community. Correspondent Blessing Uchendo reports.
Speaking during the exercise, the founder of the foundation, who is also the member representing Anocha, Dunukofia and Njikoka Federal Constituency at the National Assembly, Chief Dozie Nwankwo, who came with a comprehensive team of medical personnel, said the aim of the Free Medical Project is to improve the health status of constituents in Anambra Central Senatorial District. Chief Nwankwo, represented by the coordinators representing Adazienu and Dagulu communities, Mr. Chikelue Anisiofo and Mr. Chidozie Emegwalo, explained that the charity work has since the inception of the foundation in the last 15 years been one of the platforms through which the foundation touched lives of the less privileged persons in Anambra State in order to ensure a healthy society.
I urge every one of us to come. This is a free medical. You are not paying for anything. Our principal, Honorable Fernando Zewankwo, is taking care of everything. So what I'm charging them is for them to come out en masse, for them to come and benefit, because you know that health is wealth.
As you can see, they are treating eyes, doing surgeries. I think we have gotten like 15 or 20 people from here where they are doing surgeries at Nibo Medical Center. They're also treating at that side. The other side is dental side. They are treating teeth. My charge to them is to make sure that they check their health. Like me, I check my BP once in a week and other things. So people should take care of their health, no matter how busy they are. That's what I'm trying to tell some people.
On her part, the Chief Medical Officer, working in collaboration with the foundation, Dr. Jima Henribe, disclosed that over 100 cases of cataract have been booked for surgical, while over 500 people have benefited from the free eye checkup, dental care, as well as distribution of medicated glasses and drugs. Dr. Henribe said the people of the constituency are lucky to be blessed with a philanthropist who takes delight in seeing that people's sufferings are alleviated, and urged the people of Anocha to embrace the opportunity, as going to the hospital will cost them more.
In each of those projects, we've never done not less than 100 cataract and chirurgical surgeries. Sometimes we do general consulting, eye, dental. But now, this 15th edition, we are doing eye and free eye treatment and free dental treatment. So this is a project that I can tell you that is no longer, playing politics, but rather is impacting lives. The question is this: each time we come, we do not less than 100 cataract surgeries. We spill over. What of if Honorable Dozie has not done this?
On his part, the President General of Adazienu, Salivai Opaleke, described Chief Nwankwo as a quintessential legislator that truly understands the business of legislation, as well as touching the lives of his people positively, and extolled the organizers for finding the local government area fit for the Medicare. Some of the beneficiaries, Messrs. Simeon Ezenne, Anne Ibekwe, Cecilia Angolia, and Rita Anajemba, among others, expressed joy over the drugs they received at zero cost and thanked their benefactor for the intervention.
Ya iji bịara aka maka Dozie Nwankwo ihe o wetara Adazienu, ihe ọma o wetara na Adazienu, wee wetara anyị ihe ọma ma okenye ma ụmụazị nye anyị ya free. Anyị wee nwee ike na-anwụ ike maazị na nwere ndị adịghọ ndụrị. Anyị wee nwee ike na-abịa ihe m bịara kịta maka ya bụ ka ihe o meeze.
Blessing Uchendo, ABS News.
New tire dealers traders in Mpo have protested the disappearance of their market chairman, Mr. Oke Atunyi, after receiving severe beating by some youths from Amafo village in Mpo on Friday when he was leaving the market. Staff reporter Ogochugoranu, who covered the protest, reports.
Traders who carried placards with various inscriptions like "New Tire is a peaceful market," "Stopped out in the market," "New Tire market weep," "Anambra State government help us," "Our chairman is missing," "Emagolda give us chance," blocked the Enugu-Onitsha expressway to register their grievance. The former chairman of the market, who addressed the traders, said the alleged Amafo youths have been extorting both traders and customers with various weapons over time, but the chairman of the market resisted such illegal collections following Governor Soludo's ban on revenue collection by anybody, which did not go down with the thugs, who allegedly invaded the market on Friday, beat up their chairman, dispossessed him of some undisclosed amount of money and phones, calling on Anambra State government to intervene while pleading for calm among the angry traders.
jizi obi mwute were na-ayọ wee na-asị na anyị bụ ọkụkọ agbago mme ka ọ ya atụ ọfọ and na o kwere nghọta na Anambra State Government ga-anụ ife amelu today and fa ga-agba mbọ chọọ the solution to it and bring ya ndị niile mere ife anụnwa to the book.
The PRO of New Tire Market Dealers Association, Mr. Stanley Opala, who collaborated the story, said they were saddened by the development because the market is known to be peaceful and called on government to come to their aid in order to bring the perpetrators to book.
Ka ha si ya na n'imi chọpụtara anyị ndị bịara chairman anyị ihe ka ha nyere anyị aka gbapụtara anyị chairman anyị Honorable Okatụ Enyi n'ọdụ anyị mkpa ya mara ebe ọ nọ ije na bie ndị bie n'ebe akwa kịta na-eti mkpu breadwinner ebe ka ọ nọ onye ga-emefa so anyị wee na-ayọ ndị gọọmenti biko ka ha gbatara anyị otu enyemaka.
Others who spoke, including Mr. Afamefuna Ezechi, Callistus CN, and Frank Ofojebe, said the alleged Amafor youths always come on bike to harass, intimidate, and extort the traders and customers alike, and called on government to put a stop to the daily confrontations to enable them carry out their businesses peacefully.
Onye tiri chairman nuta ihe chairman yo nuta go tiri ihe so I got that no just somebody I had take easy. Now I know chairman I am behavior on where about our chairman I'm the tourist J Bobby every locked about phone and gaga I wait come case with the phone when I say I have some believe you na kwa dia na so good dia
government to know why we are protesting. We did not see our chairman. We don't know why.
We want the governor of Anambra State, Soludo himself, to move into action. Let his security men come into Mpo, Amafo in particular, and fish out these youths.
Ogochukwu Orano for ABS News.
Well, moving on to our national stories now. The National Agricultural Land Development Authority has flagged off its aggressive food production project in 8 communities in Shedam local government area of Plateau State in a bid to boost food security. The project involved the cultivation of 200 hectares of maize farm for the 2022 wet season, targeting about 1,000 metric tons at harvest. Other interventions included the provisions of 5 solar-powered boreholes for dry season irrigation farming and to serve as source of water supply for the communities as well as distribution of inputs. The Executive Secretary of NAUDA, Prince Paul Ikone, during a visit to the farms explained that the initiative was part of President Muhammadu Buhari's efforts to ensure that no matter the level of food crisis that may arise from the effect of Russia and Ukraine war, Nigeria would have enough food for its citizens. According to him, NAUDA is encouraging farmers with the support of the Central Bank of Nigeria to aggressively produce food by meeting them at their point of need in their localities. And on business news, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency has said that collaborative initiatives and efforts of Nigerian and other regional navies have been responsible for the considerable reduction in piracy incidents in Nigerian waters and the Gulf of Guinea. The Director General of NIMASA, Dr. Bashir Jamo, said regional cooperation has played an important role in reducing incidents of piracy in GOG. According to him, the establishment of the Gulf of Guinea Maritime Collaboration Forum for the shared awareness and deconfliction has enabled working-level stakeholders from Gulf of Guinea and outside the region to connect and discuss how best to tackle piracy in the area. He said this has encouraged non-regional stakeholders to step up and initiate effective maritime law enforcement operations to support the efforts. Dr. Jamo said that it is noteworthy that the International Maritime Bureau has removed Nigeria from the global piracy list owing to the recent efforts. He said while achieving this feat is tough, sustaining the status, which is the goal of the agency, will be more challenging. The European Union's executive has called on the 27-nation bloc to ban oil imports from Russia, among other measures, in a 6th package of sanctions targeting Moscow for its war in Ukraine. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen also proposed that 3 major Russian banks be disconnected from the SWIFT international banking payment system and called for a ban on 3 state-owned broadcasters, reflecting widespread anger in the West at Russian President Vladimir Putin's campaign launched on February 24, which Moscow says is a special military operation to defeat dangerous nationalists. Von der Leyen said Moscow must face consequences. She called on the EU's member nations to phase out imports of crude oil within 6 months and refined products by the end of the year. The EU has started discussions on a possible natural gas embargo, but consensus on targeting the fuel used to generate electricity and heat homes is more difficult to secure. And on sports news, the Nigerian Tennis Federation has announced that the forthcoming second edition of the Danish National Open Championship scheduled to serve up from May 5th through 14th at the Package B of the National Tennis Center of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, promises a thrilling edition. NTTF President Dayo Akindoju, who revealed this, also stated this version would experience improved quality of play and organizational standard in line with global best practices. He affirmed that there would be gender parity in distributing prizes amongst winners in the various categories of the tourney. He further commended the sponsor, Dave Notch Nigeria Limited, for initiating and sustaining the sponsorship, which will enhance grassroots development of the sport and by extension using sports generally as a tool for uplifting the socio-economic standard of the society. And that's it on the morning news, but remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page on the ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Log on to our website. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV while you log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And just before we go, a quick look at our major stories. Governor Soludo has reinstated resolve to restore the past glory of commercial city of Onitsha. New tire dealers in Bo have cried out to government over activities of youths in the area. Federal government has commenced aggressive food production project in Plateau State. On a foreign team, we brought to you the European Union has proposed ban on importation of Russian oil. Well, here is a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I am Ebere Ugonna. Good morning. Anambra continues shortly. Please stay with us.